Gen Z is entering the workforce with new perspectives and expectations.
In this podcast, we're here to listen to their stories and experiences, their successes and frustrations, and help employers understand the mindset and perspectives of the up-and-coming workforce.
Employers can't dictate what their young employees find meaningful. What they can do, however, is empower them to create their own sense of purpose and authentic connections.
Our curriculum is designed to help them do exactly that. East Valley Leader Lab is committed to paving the way for more curious, engaged, and connected young professionals in the workplace. Hello, everyone. I'm Tim Eskew. This is Amanda Stradling. We are East Valley Leader Lab, and this is our podcast, Mind and Body at Work. If our content resonates with you, we hope you'll click on the link in the show notes for a description of our newest offer, Helping Gen Z Thrive at Work. And as always, please like, share, or subscribe to our YouTube channel or wherever it is that you get your podcasts.
Great. Today, we are going to be talking about Tai Chi, one of my favorite topics. We're going to talk about a little bit about what it is, why we use it, its impact in the workplace, and how we feel it can benefit Gen Z, because that's our newest offering right now. So Tai Chi is an ancient Chinese exercise practice that combines mind and body. You use your breathing and motion. It's kind of like a moving meditation, and it's been around, kind of an unclear history, but about 2,000 years in various forms. And it's just such a beautiful practice. I've been doing it since I was 14 years old. And it's something that's really empowered me to have a healthier mind and body, to realize the connection between my mind and body, and to be able to live a life that is in alignment with that mind-body connection and what I care about.
Yeah. What was really useful for me as I began to take some embodiment training, and that's what we do is embodiment training, was to recognize that Tai Chi was like the perfect vehicle for me to learn to get out of my head and into my body. And so when we started, talking about offering some embodiment leadership courses, it made a lot of sense to us that we could use Tai Chi as that vehicle, help people get out of their heads, and then use it to relate to all the important embodiment distinctions that we teach in the classes.
Yeah, of course, Tai Chi is not your only route to this kind of, mind-body state.
Sure.
A lot of people use yoga, which we use a little bit of that, dance, various martial arts, just so different breathing exercises and meditation exercises, and a combination of all of it. Tai Chi is not your only way, but it's a way that we love that has really empowered us. So we like Tai Chi. And just practically, Tai Chi's cool because the movements are pretty simple. They're pretty upright, whereas yoga, you're down on a mat a lot. So you can also do it in whatever you're wearing. Just kick off your shoes if they're uncomfortable. And you just get to breathe and flow and move. And it's a really enjoyable experience that we can come to the company. You can do it at the workplace with a minimal amount of space. Just need a little bit of room to move around.
Yeah, so there's some real practical reasons. Also, out of all the different types of movements we could integrate, I think Tai Chi has the most connection between the mind and the body, right? It's very much a somatic practice. And there's some really good health benefits. If you were just doing it for health, there's a lot of reasons, and you're more versed in those than I am. Can you just list some of the top health benefits?
Oh, definitely. A great part of Tai Chi is your lungs, what it's going to be able to do for your breath, for your lung capacity, for your health. And when you are breathing well, you're thinking well, you're moving well. Your breath is just kind of the regulator of your whole nervous system. So yeah, it helps your breath. It transforms your lungs. It really has for me. But it also helps so much with your flexibility, and it releases tension that your body is carrying, tension that can, maybe it's set in from some situation at work, but it really sticks in your body, and it can make work very uncomfortable. It can eventually be kind of distracting. Who hasn't had some low back pain during work? It can really help release that and create a lot of flexibility. When you have ease of movement, you get to work better, right? It just feels better.
Right. I mean, I think people tend to think of flexibility in the physical sense, but again, because of the connection between the body and the mind, as you practice being more flexible physically, you're opening up the possibility to be more flexible mentally.
Yeah, absolutely. Our mind and body really aren't separate. So every time we are doing something great for our body, it's going to impact how our mind is feeling.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we're doing. It's a vehicle for us. We tie it into the embodiment distinctions. One simple example is when we teach to a general group of leaders, a lot of people, because of the way they were raised, find it a little bit difficult to say no. And they think of it as a mental act. But using Tai Chi, we can help people connect that to their body and learn how to feel, no, I'm not comfortable with this, I don't want to go this direction, and let their body reinforce that message.
Yes, absolutely. It all kind of starts with this awareness of your body, and Tai Chi, you really are feeling what's going on in your body, and you're thinking about what you're feeling about, and it's this really great cycle. So when you feel that discomfort with no, you feel it in your body, and when you bring your body into alignment, you get a really good structure. You feel supported by your stance and supported by the earth, and you get your spine all set up, your shoulders all set up, and your breath is in sync. And then all of a sudden your body doesn't feel that same discomfort with no anymore. And you're able to speak that no, feeling strong and from a place of strength.
Yeah, it kind of transforms the way you show up with your decline.
Yep.
So this season we're talking about young people entering the workforce, Gen Z. They don't have a huge, we don't like to make generalizations, but we don't find that they have a huge problem saying no. So what are some of the observations you've made about how we use Tai Chi and embodiment to help these young folks entering the workforce?
Well, one thing I think is so important, because they're newer and there's a pace of work that they may not be familiar with. There are a lot of tasks and knowledge that they might not be familiar with, new people, new demands, and it's just going to be a whole different type of lifestyle for them, and it's really easy for their nervous systems to feel overwhelmed.
Yeah.
It is hard to learn when your nervous system is like that. It's hard to take in new information and gain new skills. And it's hard to speak your goals and what you're trying to accomplish there. It's hard to bring up your concerns. It's hard to have the difficult conversations that you need to have when everything is feeling so overwhelming.
Yep.
But Tai Chi is so great at soothing the nervous system, clearing the mind, and calming the body responses to that, that it puts them in a much better state to start to absorb new information, gain the skills they need, have the difficult, challenging conversations they need to have, and to really thrive. So once they're calm, they can thrive.
Yeah, I mean, we've heard on multiple occasions as we're talking to these young people, a lot of times when they're entering a real job, it's their first job, right? They had lots of activities in high school and college, if they went to college, and it's a very different environment for them going into going into a corporation or a medium-sized business. So, yeah, you can imagine there's some overwhelm there, and they need some tools to deal with that.
Yep. And it starts with the body.
Yep. Another way I think we're helping them get in touch with their body is, it's important for them to. We already know that as a generation, they care about their future. They care about purpose, right? They're looking for purpose-oriented work. What none of us often understand and aren't taught is, that purpose is not just an idea. That also resides in our body. That resides in our heart. That resides in our gut. So Tai Chi is a really good vehicle for helping people get in touch with what's going on in their body, what's really important to them. Again, it's a vehicle to help them get clear about what they care about, so they can speak that if they've got a concern. It's not just a complaint. It's, this is important to me. This is why it's important to me, and make their request.
That's so great. Yeah, it starts with that awareness in the body of the
Always.
care, and then we help align that awareness. Like, now they know what they care about. They can feel it. And we help align that awareness with what they are currently doing and have those conversations at work. Because the things we care about that we feel in our body, usually there's some pretty good tie-ins to your work.
Yep.
If you care about the well-being of others, you can tie that into what your company is doing, and you can really show up at work more passionately and more engaged.
Yeah.
And taking that time to touch base with your body and what you really care about by doing Tai Chi, it can make a more ignited, engaged worker.
Exactly. And that's, I think, one of the key objectives of doing this with this audience is helping them make those connections and keep those connections, so they're not thinking of it as doing a job, right? They're thinking of it as carrying out what's important to them.
Yep.
Their cares.
And if there is a misalignment, sometimes they can move on to a career that is in better alignment.
Yeah. Having that awareness about is there alignment between what I'm doing and what the company wants me to do. I mean, if it's a mismatch, it's not in anybody's benefit to stay in that job.
Absolutely.
Great. So any other thoughts about how and why we use Tai Chi in our courses?
No, that's awesome. I'm really excited to offer more and more Tai Chi and get to see the impact that it can have in the workplace, and especially to teach some younger workers about Tai Chi.
Yeah. So to our audience, if you're having any struggles or concerns with integrating young folks into your organization, into the mission, into the culture, we know we can help you with that. We've seen it work using our embodied leadership training, and we'd love to tell you more about the courses. Please go to our website, www.evleaderlab.com, and we'll talk more about it. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next time, and be well and keep moving.
This has been Mind and Body at Work with the East Valley Leader Lab. Please click on the link in the show notes for a description of our newest offer, Helping Gen Z Thrive at Work. This is our embodiment training to help new young workers integrate into your organization.
As always, if this content resonates with you and your cares, please like, share, and/or subscribe to our YouTube channel or wherever it is you get your podcast. Be well and keep moving.